A salvage operation is underway to clear the debris from the bridge collapse in Baltimore today. Search efforts have been paused for 4 construction workers who are presumed to be dead. Yesterday, divers recovered the bodies of 2 other workers from a submerged truck. The chair of the NTSB says the investigation into the bridge collapse could take years to complete.
This bridge was in satisfactory condition. The last fracture critical inspection was in May 2023. We have not been able to go through that inspection and all the documents, but that will occur after we leave the on-scene portion. And so I have no doubt that we will be able to pull this together in hopefully 12 to 24 months.
Traffic camera footage from Tuesday's morning's collapse has also been released. It shows the moments before the cargo ship actually hit the support column. CBS News Homeland Security and Justice reporter Nicole Sganga is near the collapse site there in Baltimore. Nicole, explain to us why exactly officials have decided to pause the search for the 4 victims whose bodies have yet to be found and are now transitioning to a salvage operation.
That's right, Lana. Transitioning from a rescue operation to a recovery operation and now a salvage operation. Part of the reason they're doing this is because it is just too dangerous for divers to continue on. The NTSB telling us yesterday that 56 containers containing 764 tons of corrosive flammable material, including lithium-ion batteries, were found in the river. Just far too risky for rescue and recovery teams to continue without using cranes to lift up some of the collapsed bridge, some of that debris. And so they are now using cranes that can lift up to 1,000 tons to try to remove some of that debris from the port of Baltimore. Officials, after reviewing sonar and infrared scans, firmly believe that the 4 remaining bodies of individuals who were on the bridge when it collapsed are encased in the rubble underwater, and that the only way to reach them will be by starting this salvage operation. And again, just really dangerous conditions. Can't stress that enough. In fact, yesterday, NTSB Chair Jennifer Homendy saying that there was a sheen on the water due to some of those flammable liquids we mentioned earlier.
Yeah, I know there's concern about that. Nicole, you also spoke with a man who had planned to be working there on the Francis Scott Key Bridge the morning that it collapsed, but at the very last minute received a shift change. Tell us about that conversation.
Yeah, Moises Diaz is counting his blessings after a last-minute shift change. He was scheduled to fill potholes on the Key Bridge that night when the bridge collapsed, and he is grieving alongside the families and the survivors of this collapse. He told me he considers all of the victims to be his brothers. He painted a picture of a very tight-knit community. He yesterday visited the survivor, one of the survivors of this collapse, Julio, and he described to me a chaotic scene. Julio was, according to Diaz, in his vehicle when the bridge collapsed, submerged into the water, just plunging into the water, and then hastily rolling up his window, crawling out of it in order to escape and to swim to safety. And he told me that Julio, the survivor here, did not even know how to swim. So just an immense amount of trauma right now. And Diaz tells me that Julio is okay. He's recovering at home. But he has fractured his chest, he has stitches in his legs, and he is in need of social services because he can't unsee what happened on that night.
Yes, all right, Nicole, thank you.